Hello.
Hello, VOD people. Happy, as I said during the book, Happy New Year. Happy last day of Hanukkah. We are here with the Hanukkah bracket featuring my worst nemesis. She's made it onto the stream. It's our very own gotvodka 720. Hanukkah, you already said hello to the people during the interlude there, but, greet them again. Greet the VOD people as well,
Hi,
Because
vodka
you can't
people.
spill vodka without VOD, right?
Yeah, I know. Finally got somebody as famous as me.
That's
Can I
right.
say hi to everyone in the chat?
Of
'Cause-
course. I mean,
Okay.
I don't think
You
our
know who
time
I
could be
mean?
better spent doing anything else, so please do.
Yeah, let's do. Hi, Greedy. Hi, Chef Sippy. Soup. Sorry. Hi, Dan Bob. Hi, Nickel. Hi, Ribbonfly. Hi, Birdie. Hi, Birdie. Oh my gosh, it's going so fast. How do you do this?
I
Hi,
know, it's
Apollo.
crazy.
Hi, Ruthie. Hi, Daisy.
Well, the thing is, my
that
trick,
dinner
Vodka,
now?
is that you learn to just ignore some people, and that really
Exactly.
that makes it
Hi,
easier.
Vine. Hi, Esper. Hi, Barnabas. Hi, Jungle Wine. Hi, Nicole. I think I said hi to you already. Hi, GTD95. Hi, Oracle. I hope that's what you want us to call you.
I usually say Oracle, yeah.
Okay. Hi, Nachos. I've met you in person.
Have you met me in person?
I have a Greenie in person. Oh
Hell
my
yeah.
gosh.
That's so
Yeah.
powerful.
Is it?
It's like two of the great. I mean, it's literally the leader of the Chatters of Lay and the leaders of the Goblin of Spleen. It's the meeting of the minds. It's like forging the Keyblade of the regular Pat universe.
Yeah.
So we have vodka here. So initially this was kind of a joke that we were gonna, because we did a Christmas characters bracket the week before Christmas, and Ribbonfly, I believe, said, "Well, Pat, will you do a Hanukkah bracket once Christmas is over, because Hanukkah started on Christmas Day, right? Or the day
Yes, it
before? Yeah,
No, it
And-
started on Christmas Day.
Christmas Day. Okay, and I wanted to ask you, Vodka, does Hanukkah usually run into January? I feel like that's rare.
No.
Okay.
No, that's very rare. It goes on the Hebrew calendar, which, like many other cultures, follows the lunar calendar. So again, the dates kind of don't match up with our, calendar.
Gotcha. So I knew it shifts every year, but I feel like this was an especially late start for Hanukkah. I'm sure it's happened,
Yeah.
thousands of times before even, but not within recent memory for me.
I think I was listening to the news, and I said I think in the last 100 years it has fallen. The first night has fallen on Hanukkah, on Christmas, 4 times.
Oh wow,
believe-
okay, so way fewer than
Yeah.
I thought. Wow,
Yeah, just in the past 100 years. So
gotcha. Okay, and the religion's been around for a long time, so it's possible it's happened plenty other times we're not aware of.
definitely.
So, Ribbonfly sent me. So the idea was, can we get like enough Hanukkah media to pull even 16 characters from? The answer was a resounding no, especially because neither of us have watched 8 Crazy Nights. So
Sorry.
that gets rid of a lot of contenders there. And then beyond that, I can't think of any other. Like, do you know of any reasonably popular Hanukkah movies or TV specials?
Can I give a recommendation that I
Sure,
actually
yeah.
like?
Yeah.
So if you are into cheesy Hallmark movies like I am, because I love Hallmark Christmas movies. It is my not so guilty pleasure, just like Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
There's a movie called Round and Round, which was very cute and funny. I feel like they did a good job with the writing. It was cute. I definitely recommend it. That one was adorable. So
Is it called Round and Round, as a dreidel reference?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes. So there, are some media out there, but again, for every one Jewish media, and you could say this about every other religion out there, and so many other cultures. For every one, there's 50,
Right.
Christmas characters.
Right, yeah.
I mean, you were going through your bracket and you're like, well, I have to choose one version of Santa.
Yeah,
And I was like, well,
It's an embarrassment of riches, a wealth of options for sure.
yeah. So, just want to put that out there into the universe, about representation.
Yeah.
And, I am not the, holy factor of like Jewish culture and
Right.
Hanukkah. And if you asked me to explain what Hanukkah's about, I bet I would get it wrong because, like,
Yeah.
as I like to say, I'm Jew-ish.
Right.
So,
Right.
culturally Jewish and,
Yeah.
haven't practiced, yeah, exactly. Something about oils, something about dreidels, nights,
Yeah.
you want to do your own research, have fun. I'm
Right.
not going to
Yeah, we
explain
didn't bring
Hanukkah
vodka
to
here
people.
to play teacher. She does that during the day, so we're trying to make
Yeah,
it different
that's
for
true.
her. And
Exactly.
I said to Ribbonfly, as this was brought up in the chat, like, I'd love to do this. I feel super uncomfortable doing it by myself or without somebody who's Jewish. So, thankfully, one of our fixtures in the community is Jewish, so she's here to help us through this.
Exactly. So I think that a lot of people have had exposure to this holiday. And I would like to say it's not a holiday, it's a festival, which is why you don't get off, time for
Right.
that. It is what it is.
Well, that's a misconception a lot of people have
Yeah.
about Hanukkah, is that like it's not
Mhm.
really the Jewish equivalent to Christmas. They just happen to coincide a lot. It's not that big of a deal if I'm
No.
understanding correctly. It's like, Passover is the bigger one, is it not?
Um,
Or
yeah,
is it
but
not? Or
I don't
Yom
think
Kippur?
they're- I mean, yeah, like we have big holidays, but I don't think any of them are quite as fun.
They're not as like
Maybe
bombastic
Purim?
and like
Yeah,
right, yeah.
like I feel like Passover is the best. I'm
Yeah.
a Passover stan. Rosh Hashanah is probably the best actually.
Oh,
That's
right,
the
right.
Jewish New Year. Yeah, a lot of our holidays. I think there's like a joke online that's about like you can kind of boil Jewish holidays down into like. Can you eat? And then like, did they die? And then like,
right.
it's
Yeah.
like, they're not really fun holays.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
like we're not gonna
compared
eat
to-
all day, and yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the best part of this holiday is the food.
Hmm.
Latkes are really great. Playing dreidel, gelt is
Right.
fun. Yeah, I think the best tradition though is, for all the people, if you know, having Chinese food on Christmas Day.
Yep. Yeah, Regular
There's
GF has a
there's
Jewish
nothing
friend
that
who did
compares.
that exact thing, so
Yeah.
that's an old standby.
Yep. Yep.
Do you do the typical like present a day thing with like your relatives or like loved ones and stuff?
So as a kid I did, and my cousin stayed with me, and we did that with her. And then I introduced my boyfriend to Hanukkah this year, and he kind of introduced me to his Christmas traditions. So
Gotcha.
like we
That's
kind
fun.
of did that, and
Classic
so
cultural
like
exchange.
yeah, so I did end up giving him 8 gifts every single night because I'm
Nice.
crazy. But yeah, it was really great. It was so fun. Yeah, most people do not give 8 gifts. They kind of are just like,
Right.
here's a check, go
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like, happy holidays.
Well, I
it's
was
kind of
saying
like-
this when PJ and Regular GF were on, but we sort of co-opted, like, I was like, this Hanukkah business sounds pretty efficient, and like I think you get to appreciate the gifts if you do one a day leading up to the last one. So I think that's how we're gonna do it from now on, because I think it's more fun than just like the big Christmas explosion all at once.
I would say that I love, having kind of your gifts spread out, and then like you kind of have like, especially as a kid, you'd get like one gift from your like parents the first night,
Right.
and then like the second night would be like from your aunt, and then like from your cousins, and you kind of really got to appreciate like what every single person gave
Exactly.
you, and you
Yeah.
kind of get like excited. A lot of the gifts are a lot smaller, right? Like you'd
Yeah.
get like, as a kid growing up, you'd be like, oh, I got like a DVD. I remember.
Right.
Very
Right.
funny. I got The Last Airbender, the worst movie ever, on DVD.
Oh, like the M. Night Shyamalan one?
Yeah, that was probably
Yeah.
like the last year that I got like physical gifts
Mhm.
for Hanukkah. I was probably like, please stop giving me gifts.
Yeah.
I would rather
Right.
not have anything than that. Yeah.
That's tough.
But if you have any questions, again, you can leave that in the
Yeah,
chat
the
as we
YouTube
kind of go
comments or the chat
along.
now, yeah.
Yeah, this is we listen, we don't judge. This is
That's right.
you have somebody here who is very much open to sharing this, and yeah, it's yeah. I got digital versions of The Last Airbender after that. They sent it to me on my iPod.
Yeah. I'm sure that breaks several of the commandments to be receiving The Last Airbender, but what can you do? All right,
Very
so
fun.
we have our 16 Jewish characters, again compiled partly by Ribbonfly, and then Vodka and I sort of took a look at the list, and we were like, okay, neither of us know anything about some of these, so we subbed them out for ones we were more familiar with. There's some where I don't think I know much about them or have much to say. For example, this first matchup, I seeded them by like my recognition and my like affinity to the character. So Tommy Pickles, that's my guy. So he's seeded number 1, and then I've never watched Community, but you pitched Annie from Community, whom I know nothing about, so you can speak on her.
Very funny. I know nothing about her either.
Oh, really? So should we just advance Tommy?
I mean, I guess the only thing that I could say is like Community is a show I probably watched 2 episodes of back in university, and everyone was like, "Oh, isn't the show so good?" And I was like, I do like that meme of like the characters going in and like having the fire. This has nothing to do with Hanukkah.
Oh, with Childish Gambino.
Yeah,
pizzas. That's okay. I actually didn't know if that was the same show or not, but there you go. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that is, but correct me if I'm wrong, because again, I've seen 2 episodes.
That feels right.
Yeah. I guess we have to advance Tommy Pickles. I mean, not only did he do a lot, I guess, like, for the Jewish community.
So wait, are we advancing characters based on their contributions to the Jewish community and faith, or are we just picking the character that we like best?
I mean, both.
Okay, because like I don't really know. Like I feel like Tommy's only Jewish for the special, and then he's never Jewish for the rest of the show.
Well, yeah, I agree. I think that this is just based on vibes. Yeah, this is a mess. This is called Welcome to the Vodka Show. Yeah, but I do have to give, Tommy Pickles and Rugrats, credit for not only just having a Hanukkah special, but also having a Passover special. Yeah, like how many times have like kids who aren't Jewish like learned about these holidays that's not like Prince of Egypt and like told kind of
like
from,
something super religious and
So I feel like that's fun, Like
I mean, speaking as somebody who grew up, in the mid to late '90s into the 2000s, like that, I do think the Rugrats specials were like my first exposure to Hanukkah or just like the Jewish faith in media. So I think that's really cool. Like, and I thought it was cool as a kid, like to learn about holidays that I didn't get to celebrate and see what it was like for other people. So yeah, I always enjoyed watching them when they came on. They would often, pair it up like with the Christmas stuff as we were talking about earlier. But it was still cool that they even went out of their way to do that because a lot of executives or people in charge of programming would think, well, there's fewer Jewish children watching, so like why are we going to bother? But that's a narrow-minded way of doing shit. So that aside, I mean, even outside of the special, Tommy Pickles is just like before SpongeBob came around, Nickelodeon was his fucking block, man. Like that was his shit. He ran the town. And so I think he's just huge for children's entertainment in general.
Yep. And I will say, I like Tommy as a character. He's kind of, milquetoast and bland. But, like, I think that he gives, like, a good depiction of children that age. I feel like a lot of media, especially around that time, like, you think about, like, Caillou, and you're like, ugh. Kids aren't really that bad, are they?
If we're judging, like, male leads that are bald of children's TV shows... Then I think Tommy Pickles fucking curb stomps Caillou every day of the week. He's got the screwdriver. He's ready to shank. So I think it's easy peasy. Tommy advancement. Only thing I know about Annie from Community is that she's played by Alison Brie, which I only discovered when looking up all these characters. Know who that is. So she was she was in like a Marvel movie maybe, or I don't know. She's some superhero.
I'll say this much: is she the character that was like added later to be like the like kind of love interest, or is she the one who got kicked off? There's like something happened. I don't know. Somebody who knows about Community knows.
She was brainwashed into joining a Christmas choir show. That sounds like a hate crime.
Sure is a thing. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with Tommy.
Yeah.
She was there from the start. Great, fantastic. Okay. I don't know anything about Community.
It's totally fine. That's why I thought I was, making a good move, making her the 16th seed. So seems like that was the
good
call.
Move.
All right, next up we have at the 8th seed Isabella Garcia Shapiro from Phineas and Ferb versus Francine Frensky from Arthur. Now, I didn't grow up with Phineas and Ferb. Did you watch it when it was coming out?
I watched the first season, but not religiously. I feel like if it was on, I'd watch it. I did like Perry the Platypus though. He's kind of cool. Dr. Doof is really fun. And for some reason, the yodel song, I always confuse it with the yodel song from Home on the Range.
Oh God.
So the Phineas and Ferb song is a better yodel song than the yodel song in Home on the Range.
Phineas and Ferb in general, I feel like has some bangers. Like I didn't watch the show, but like the song still came into my consciousness just through osmosis and other kids talking about them. So Isabella, she's like, she has the crush on Phineas, right?
Yes, that is her. Yeah,
really
and she's also she's voiced by Alison Stoner, the person who did. She's really good.
Played the piano, yeah.
Yeah, so that's fun. I mean, was on a show with Sharpay Evans, iconic. Like, come on. Right. Also, there's an episode where Phineas and Ferb apparently like interview Taylor Swift. So weird. Yeah, she's also half Jewish, which is, very fun. I love that they have the mixing of cultures.
Yeah.
I don't know if Alison Stoner is Jewish. That's a great question, Barnabas. I don't know. I think that they did fun. There was like a Christmas special that for some reason my sister and I watched like every year because it's just like silly. And there's a part where, they're like, Christmas is canceled. And they're like, Isabella, why aren't you sad? And she's like, oh, well, I have 8 glorious nights of presents. And I thought that was very funny.
That is funny. I like that.
They kind of, had a little bit of fun with her. I like Isabella. She's fine as a character. She does the, like, what you doing?
Yeah, that's her catchphrase.
Yeah, everyone's kind of, boiled down into their little things. But
right.
I didn't really watch a lot of Phineas and Ferb. I know that a lot of people hold it to really high standards as a cartoon, so I'm sorry if I'm a little mean. Yeah. Or meaner. I think
that was perfectly serviceable opinion on Phineas and Ferb. That was fine.
Yeah.
This is opposed to Francine from Arthur. Now, I did watch Arthur growing up. I would always watch it after getting home around, 4:30. After the bus ride. If I was lucky, I'd get to catch Cyber Chase as well on PBS.
Yes.
And from what I remember, Francine's an asshole. I don't like her. So, like, even though I watched Arthur, I'm inclined to advance Isabella over her because I remember nothing positive. I just think she was a total dick every time she was on screen.
I do have to say, though, I do love the fact that she's, like, one of the only people that, like, fights back against Muffy, who, like, I've always hated Muffy.
Muffy,
like,
she's even worse. Yeah, what an ass.
Like, she's kind of terrible, but yeah, I was just gonna say, so when Francine has the mushroom on her shirt, and somebody in her family points it out, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm a failure." Kind of funny.
That is good.
Also, there's like an episode where they find out that like her dad is a garbage man, which is like super cool. Like I love
I remember that one. Yeah.
Like I'm a PBS girly, so like I love Francine, like just like out of nostalgia. But like she kind of is like that asshole character, for like a kids show, obviously.
Right, and what I'm realizing is that so you have Francine, you have Muffy, and then they also had fucking Binky. So you have like 3. Like how many fucking bullies does this kid Arthur need in his little rodent neighborhood or whatever they all are?
And. I'm sorry. I just think about Mr. Ratbird and the gay rat wedding.
That was like, didn't they confirm like pretty late into the show's run? It's like, oh, by the way, Mr. Ratbird's gay. Which is awesome. I love that they were just
icon. So love that. I hated Binky. He was the worst, actually.
Yeah,
and also they were so many people were mean to Arthur. Like DW was like literally the worst. But like
even in his DW own home, energy? The fucking guy can't catch a break. Within his own walls, there is bullies. So.
Yeah. So I can't really speak to her, Jewish heritage. I know that there's like an episode where like she has a like menorah and maybe they're teaching about it. Again, I watched this show as a child. Like, how much of this do I really remember?
I don't remember anything about Francine's religious stances. So
I'm pretty sure like burned deep inside my brain is like a picture, like is like imagery of her like lighting a menorah. I'd like
that's not nothing. Really it's not nothing, but again. She's a dick, so I'm fine with Isabella if you are.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Isabella. Oh yeah, she celebrates Yom Kippur. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Cool. So like, good for her. Good for Arthur for showing
Yeah,
that.
good
But
for PBS.
we're gonna advance Isabella. She has a song. She's cool. I'm giving her.
All right. Next up, and oh, by the way, Vodka, if there's anything that neither of us are feeling super strongly about, we were informed, and you brought this up when we were DMing, that Kronk is Jewish. Someone also in chat said that Kronk is Jewish. So if we want to we'll just have this late game mechanic in our bracket where we have a Kronk coin that we can toss in, and we just get rid of someone that we don't care about and replace it with Kronk.
Also, I'm loving the people that are somehow spamming the word that is banned in your chat.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
Super White just did it. You're okay though, Super White.
Yeah. Apparently Kronk is Jewish. I think that is so funny. Just because.
Yeah, because where is Emperor's New Groove set in ancient Peru? is that about it?
I think it was 1400s, and I think somebody said that it's possible. I don't really know. I'm not going to speak on the history of when Jews came to places. Right. I don't really know. But I do love the fact that creators can take a character that's kind of just is a character and just give them Jewish traits and be oh, they're Jewish. I think that that's really fun. I also think, as a theme park girly, they have Kronk, showcase whatever the Jewish food is and has challah, yay, fun. That's kind of fun. But yes, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just saying at any point we can put Kronk in instead of some nobody that we don't care about.
Fair. Okay.
So next up, the 512, we have Jerry Seinfeld, not the man, the character from Seinfeld, who goes by the same name in the show, and Louis Stevens from the Even Stevens. So I've watched very little of both of these shows. I mean, I know more about Seinfeld than I know about Even Stevens, but Even Stevens was not something that I was really gathering around the TV to watch in my youth. So I don't. Yeah. I'm guessing am I stupid? Was that Shia LaBeouf?
I think so.
Let me see.
I watched Even Stevens. I watched the Even Stevens movie, which is one of the worst things ever. I think Christy Carlson Romano is Ren in that show.
Yeah, okay, I'm looking at Wikipedia now. You're right.
Okay, yeah. Didn't really watch that show that much. I feel like it kind of had that trying to go for a Malcolm in the Middle kind of humor, but it was on Disney so it didn't really translate, and they weren't that likable. And the Even Stevens movie, I think a lot of people have nostalgia for a lot of 2000s thing. I really hope that doesn't come back because, gosh, that was not good.
Well, with Christy Carlson Romano, she is the empress of these sitcom rewatch podcasts. She is the fucking Master Xehanort of 90s 2000s nostalgia, because she has her fingers in all these different pots of okay, Ned's Declassified, and then she does her own shit about Even Stevens on her YouTube, and apparently she's kind of a dick. So not to hold that against Shia. I don't know anything about whether or not he's a good or bad person or what, but he's kind of out there, isn't he, Shia LaBeouf? I feel like he's been in some shit.
Been canceled? I don't really know. I really don't keep up with.
Okay.
Yeah,
Damn, says he sucks.
I totally believe that, and actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf exists.
Right, because he eats people, so we should have known from that alone that he's not a great guy.
Exactly. So I think my only exposure to Even Stevens is the episode when Ren fails and they make a whole song about how she failed. And I feel like that sat deep inside me, and
I feel like I've noticed a trend, Baka, is that you've really attached to the failure song and the Francine I'm a failure moment. So I feel like this is a through line that I've observed.
Oh my goodness, you're so right. What is this about?
Not to psychoanalyze live on stream, but
I'm having a therapy session live on stream. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, everyone, please go to real therapy, please, if you can, and you can, you can. Hi, Keynote.
What's up, Keynote? Keynote, you're next up on the docket here after the bracket.
Yeah, you're learning so much about me. We can do an AMA. So you got questions, ask. Okay. Jerry Seinfeld. So he sure is a character. Person.
Yeah, the guy, the more and more I learn and read and hear about Jerry Seinfeld, the less I like him.
Yeah.
He's like one of those like old white comedians who's like, you
Mhm.
can't talk about anything anymore, you know, like, oh, I can't go to colleges and do my shows, and which, like, what the fuck is Jerry Seinfeld even saying at a show that like gets college kids all riled up? He's always been like this historically clean, like, observational comedy guy. So I was just like, for him to be the guy that's really championing that, I always thought was so weird.
Mhm.
Trying to separate the guy from the character. I mean, from what
Mhm.
little Seinfeld I've watched, I mean, he kind of just seems like a smarmy dick in the show as well.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm more familiar with Seinfeld, both the guy and the character, than even Steven's guy. But
Yeah.
he's probably way less fun to hang out with. So
Yeah, I mean, there's like the comedians in cars getting coffee or
Right.
whatever. Gotta give him representation. He's from Long Island,
Yeah.
kind of cool.
yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
I don't know what else to say about him. He did the B movie, which,
True.
don't like jazz, and I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never found him like, the pinnacle of comedy. And I feel like when you, kind of make your brand on like being the everyman's comedian and then like you just become a billionaire, like what is there to joke
Right,
about?
like this guy's got like, he's like notorious for having like thousands of fucking cars. Not thousands, but like
Yeah.
an inordinate amount of cars that no one needs.
Exactly.
So it's hard.
Yeah,
It's hard to relate to that.
Mhm.
So I don't really know what to do here. Like, I'm fine with advancing either or here.
I completely agree. I mean, one of them is, at least Louis Stevens is a child on the show.
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld is a little bit more iconic.
For sure.
Like there's more funny times. We could put Kronk in here.
That's
I don't
true.
really care. Yeah, like we could do Kronk.
We could use our Kronk coin on which one should we replace. I mean, I know less about even Stevens.
I agree. I mean,
Okay.
if we're going Kronk versus, Seinfeld, I'm going Kronk. But like, no, Kronk is not going to sweep the bracket because just you wait,
You're right.
Mr. Barnabas.
We have all sorts of surprises. But if it's a way to get rid of Jerry Seinfeld and to include Kronk, I think this is the perfect opportunity.
Okay, let's do it. Let's
All
put in Kronk.
It's
Yeah,
done.
exactly.
Kronk
Ruthie.
is in, and he
Exactly.
advances. Kronk with the steel chair. Kronk with the steel menorah coming in, knocking out
He's
Jerry
like,
Seinfeld.
He's like when in The Bachelor, and I know that like your girlfriend watches The Bachelor, icon legend moment. When they like call in somebody from a previous season, and they're like, "Oh, here she is," and then like they like
Kronk.
bring her in. I'm thinking specifically of Katie season when they brought Blake back in. The girls who get it and the girls who don't. Katie's
the
a
girls who does
disaster
not
and a
get
mess. Yeah, Katie's a disaster and a mess. What was it, like the 10 days of mess? She's a mess, and nobody on The Bachelor is a good person. So let's just continue.
Yeah, that is right. Okay, we move on to the 4 versus the 13. We have Ron Stoppable from Kim Possible versus Howard Hollowitz from The Big Bang Theory. I have not watched any Big Bang Theory of my own volition. My Nam loves it, so she always has it on when I'm over.
I'm so sorry.
But I don't even know what Howard looks like. I'm guessing he's not one of the main guys, right?
Yes, he
He
sure is.
Let me look him up.
Yes. So I showed this bracket to a bunch of people, and
Oh,
yeah, I'm sorry.
this guy.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I showed this bracket, and I think I got to Howard, and I think I said to somebody, I was like, I think Howard Wolowitz, I think that's his last name, sent Jews back about 20 years in terms of representation.
Okay.
Like, I feel like there's a lot of stereotypes about, like, a lot of people with overbearing Jewish mothers and overbearing Jewish grandmothers, which we'll talk about a little bit. But, he's like, he's like a creep and like lives in his mother's basement and like, always does weird things. And like, God, he's awful. Like, what a terrible human being. Yeah, exactly. Like, gosh.
Doing Tommy's good works.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly, Barty.
Tommy, get your shit.
Yeah. Thank you, chat. Oh my gosh, love it. Yeah, and then he like gets this, beautiful wife, and you're just like, okay, like, wow, what a terrible show. Gosh, I hate him so much. Like, of the 4 characters, he's the worst.
Yeah, like I feel like Big Bang Theory is already an affront to like people who self-identify as like a nerd. So if you're like a Jewish nerd, this is like a really bad television show for you. Like this is really just like a slap in the face to you personally if that's what you identify as. So that's tough. I mean, I've watched almost no Kim Possible. I just wasn't really a Disney Channel.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm familiar. Like, obviously, I know the theme song. I know like the main character is like Dr. Drago. You know, She-Go. Yeah, Kim and Ron, the Naked Mole Rat. But that's really it. But you know, he seems fun. Got some comic relief. You know, typical dorky male sidekick. Yep. That's fun.
So, fun fact, I watched a lot of Kim Possible. I went for like a surgery when I was 8 years old, and I just remember falling asleep, like, you know, with anesthesia and just thinking about Kim Possible. So I watched a lot of and then I woke up and the Weather Channel was on. So, you know, that's my life. But
as you were drifting, like, so you're drifting to sleep, and that's just like the last thing that's crossing your mind is Kim Possible.
Yes, it's great. So Ron, I love. You know, he's kind of like this dorky, you know, like, you know, guy next door. Like, will they, won't they? And then they do, and you're just like, oh my god, this is amazing. I know that he's Jewish. I think there's like a scene during some sort of Christmas special where like he has a menorah. I don't know. I feel like that's also like in my mind somewhere. Yeah, She-Go is a lesbian icon. We love her. Kim's a great character. Also, like, her parents are both doctors. They're like it's just a really fun show. I highly recommend watching it.
Yeah.
I think, isn't it she voiced by Christy Carlson Romano?
I believe she is. Yeah, she keeps popping up.
Oh, no.
And she's OG Yuffie as well in PH1. So.
You can't
escape Christy. CCR.
Yeah. I'm good with having Ron. Yeah, Howard is. If we remove his Jewishness, wow, he's a terrible character. Like, should have been the 16 seed.
Yeah, I mean, he could have been the coolest guy from The Big Bang Theory, and I'm not sure if he could have, you know, washed off that stank. So
exactly.
Totally
yes, I completely agree.
Now we have Ross from Friends versus I've never seen Fiddler on the Roof. How do you even pronounce this name, Vodka?
I want to say it's Tebe. Somebody who knows anything about this play, please tell me. I probably got it wrong. Please, anyone who knows. I've seen this play once. Tevye. Tevye. It looks like. Thank you. So. Shows how much I know as a Jew. So
I couldn't tell you anything about Fiddler on the Roof, and I feel like culturally dumb for that, but I know nothing of like the basic premise of Fiddler on the Roof.
I've seen the play. You know, it's a good play. It's cute. You know, it's kind of just like, you know, here's, you know, this like Jewish town and like all these things that are happening, and it's, you know, there's a wedding, and you know, it's great. Like, you know. Classic, yeah, exactly. Like, there's inspired Gwen Stefani's "Rich Girl," right? Like, there's so much, you know. Well, there's a song like "If I Was a Rich Man." Yeah. That's from Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, okay. I had no clue. Wow.
Yeah, so like it has a lot of very iconic music and imagery, and I'm gonna, you know, probably advance this person, but I do want to say, like, you know, Friends is, you know, what I would consider to be like a millennial show. I think a lot of people look back on it maybe a little bit more harshly than like it deserves. It's cute, like it was a 90s sitcom, like let it be.
And like you gotta give it credit, like that that was a personality trait in the 90s, was that you watched Friends, you know? In the 2000s it was The Office, but before that it was Friends, and if like that's all there really was. Like, internet was primitive, and you know, cell phones were primitive, and like what you did is everyone watched the same TV shows. We had the monoculture, and at the center of that monoculture in the 90s was Friends. And Ross, as I think Brian said, probably one of the more maligned Friends, one of the least liked Friends.
Definitely.
Now, wasn't it Monica was also listed? Did you list Monica as an alternate, or was that?
I mean, Monica and Ross are brother-sister. Monica's a way better character than Ross
is. They are? Right? I've watched so little Friends. I thought they were all unrelated.
I feel like I'm being gaslit right
now.
No,
I swear to God, I'm not. I had no clue. So Ross and Monica. I had no idea. God.
Yeah. Oh my, wait, I feel like. Oh yeah, they're
No clue.
siblings. Because there's a lot. Yeah, we can replace Ross with Monica, but I still think that they're going to be kind of.
If I don't know that they're not brother or sister, how would I know that they have the same surname? I wouldn't.
Geller. Yeah.
Geller.
So Ross and Monica are siblings. Ross ends up with Rachel, but they were on a break 17 times.
Right. That I know.
Monica gets married to Chandler. Joey's just there, as is Phoebe. Love
Doesn't
them.
Phoebe and Chandler, don't they have like a little fling once, or no?
Look, I haven't seen every episode of Friends.
I'm asking you specifically. Does anyone chat? No, nothing, never. No. Really?
Chandler is married to Monica.
Okay. Well, I was always a How I Met Your Mother guy. That was my show of guys and girls hanging out in New York.
That's fair.
Basically the same thing, but
yeah, mine was Gossip Girl. So
okay, fair enough. So it sounds like we're advancing the Dairyman.
Yeah.
No, wait, is he the titular fiddler? I mean, it says he's a dairyman.
No. Okay. The fiddler is kind of not really a character. Oh. It's like a, kind of, being. I don't want to, it's more of an idea than, a character.
I see. Okay. It's like Kingdom Hearts, just like a concept.
You know what? Too excited to you. Let's get it. Yes.
I think we have an easy advance here from what little I know, but in the 3 seed, we have Krusty the Clown from The Simpsons versus Puck from Glee. Now, here's the thing. So Vodka sent me a list of characters, and next to Puck, she had, the emoji of, the gritted teeth, And I was like, I feel like I know why, maybe. So I Googled the Puck actor, and So, I tried to separate Seinfeld from Seinfeld. Right. It's going to be tough to separate Puck from...
Well, okay.
Yeah.
To make you feel better, Puck in the character is also... Puck the character is also a bad person.
Oh, perfect.
So, okay.
Or imitating life, or other way around.
Exactly. So, I will say Glee is a great show. If you watch it for the satire of it, it's so funny because Sue Sylvester is an actual queen. Love Jane Lynch.
What is Jane Lynch up to? I feel like after Glee, I haven't seen her. She's been she was in Wreck-It Ralph, but that was 2012. I guess she came back for the sequel, but what's she doing?
She was in Marvelous Miss Maisel. She was in Only Murders in the Building. She's just around. She's apparently a very nice person. To her cast and production.
Apparently she hosts The Weakest Link.
There we go.
Which I've only seen clips of that from the original lady who hosted that, but she seems like a real good successor for that sort of vibe, so good call there.
Yeah, oh my gosh, Jackie, that's so cool.
She sent Barty a video? Like a cameo? That's awesome.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh. Y'all are so cool. Yeah, she is, very, whatever. So let me use this platform to say, Sue Sylvester, best character ever.
If only she were Jewish, then we could put her here instead of Puck.
She's an icon. As a character, she's a terrible, person in the show. But wow, is it fun to just hear her little quotes? I'm gonna create an environment so toxic.
I mean, I say shit like that all the time. I'm always quoting that, and I never even watch Glee, so.
Exactly.
It's pervasive.
What an icon.
Yeah.
And her tracksuit, she started trends. She's a trendsetter. Also, how many times do I quote the scene that I think is the start of the 2nd season when they're talking about her surgery and they're what is it? You got a boob job. Stop the violence. And for some reason, that comes up way more in your life than you would ever think. And for the people that watch Glee, please, reinforce me on this.
Yeah, please reinforce.
That's right. And then, Krusty the Clown is a... I
didn't know this, that he's Jewish.
Yeah, there are many times when he references being Jewish. He finds out that his dad's actually a rabbi, I believe.
Oh, okay.
He is a dirtbag capitalist. He's not a good character.
Yeah.
I have a lot of nostalgia for The Simpsons. I love The Simpsons. He is not probably my top 100 characters, but is very fun of a character, you know, as is. Yeah, he's sad and pathetic, so it's like it's funny for like what it is, you know.
So I guess we should say, well, I'm fine with advancing Krusty just because I've actually seen some of The Simpsons. I've at least watched the movie. Down. But why? Okay, so we know why Puck guy is a bad guy outside of the show, but like, why is he a shitty character?
Puck?
Yeah.
You know, he's just an awful, like, lots of things with, like, him, especially in the first season, being, like, kind of homophobic, and, like, he's a bully, a creep loser, thank you. Yeah, I think he's that kind of guy in high school that's like, I'm on the football team, so, like, that automatically makes me cool, but, like, you're literally the biggest loser ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. He's a creep. He's a weirdo. Yeah. Great reference. Thank you. I know that you're referencing the Johnny Weir skate to Creep. Thank you for referencing that.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely it.
And the girls who get it. Okay. But yeah, I'm down to advance Krusty the Clown.
All right, Krusty moves on. We go to the 7-10. We have Sam Manson from Danny Phantom versus Midge, the marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah, okay. I just want to say, I showed this bracket, and I was like, this is the hardest matchup. Because Sam is an icon, right? Goth icon. A lot of people would say they're gay awakening.
Right.
Not me, but like,
if you watch Nickelodeon, it was Sam. If you watch Disney, it was Shigo.
Exactly. There is an episode that's also the Christmas special that's like said in rhyme, and like I have a lot of nostalgia for it, even though it's terrible.
Yeah.
That like, you know, everyone else doesn't have Christmas, but like she's just like, you know, having Hanukkah, and she's like, and you ruined Hanukkah too. You know, there's probably other things. I mean, like she's like an activist and like a vegan or a vegetarian. Like
she was ahead of the curve on that too. That was, you know, I'm surprised that Bitch Fartman put that in his show because he's such a like boring conservative guy, but. Yep. Maybe that was like I mean what it is probably is that she's meant to be like an annoying pastiche of that, but if you watch it in the modern lens now, because this show is 20 years old now, you go back and like, oh yeah, she's actually like she's making a lot of good points. So I've never watched Marvelous Miss Maisel, so I'm obviously inclined to I haven't, so I know nothing. I can't even picture what this character looks like, but I watched all of Danny Phantom, so
look her up. She's actually played by somebody who's not Jewish, which surprised me. Okay. But she is amazing. I love Midge.
Rachel
She's
Brosnahan.
So fun. Yeah. But like she's so fun as a character. She's like a comedian, you know, but like kind of by accident and then kind of on purpose. You know, she makes brisket. She's like so Jewish, like in the show. You know, I think the first episode is like about, you know, having a Rosh Hashanah or Passover, and like, you know, that her, you know, husband at the time isn't going to make it, and like she's kind of like saying like, you're gonna let down the rabbi. It's like, it's just very funny. Right. A lot of her humor and a lot of themes in the show revolve around her being Jewish, but it's not her entire personality. So that's really fun. She kind of gives like a modern Brand Fine, which we will talk about when that comes up, but like she kind of gives like the modern like comedian funny. Yeah, her father. Yeah, there's so many funny characters in the show. It's a really funny show. I would highly recommend it. The last season is terrible, so just be aware that the ending is not satisfying at all. Maybe end it like, you know, you could end it at the first season and you will live a very happy life. So
was it Netflix? Oh, Amazon Prime Video.
It's Amazon Prime.
That's why I've never fucking seen it, because it's on Amazon Prime Video. So
I mean, it's free if you have Prime. I don't know if you have Prime, but I would highly recommend anyone who has Prime. And again, you know, fuck Amazon, fuck capitalism, but like I highly recommend watching her. It's a really good show. So like I'm kind of torn because I feel like the popular opinion would be like, yeah, I'm totally gonna say Sam.
Yeah.
But like I also really like Midge as a character. I will be happy to leave it up to the chat. It seems like they want Sam.
We can obviously let them vote. I think they'll probably go for Sam, but
yeah, like this one is sort of like I love both. Like I don't care who wins, but I do, you know, just wanted to give my flowers to Midge because she kind of is an icon.
I do remember when the show came out, a lot of people talking about this one. Like, it's not something where, like, I haven't seen it, but I've definitely heard of it. I knew, like, the gist of it was that she was, like, this female stand-up act, which was, like, you know, this was set in the 50s, right? Late 50s. So kind of a cool premise there.
Yeah. And I will say her fashion is on point. I wish I could be as fashionable and amazing as her. She's funny. Yeah, I highly recommend. If you take nothing else from this stream,
oh, we're actually tied
if you
right
can
now.
watch it.
It's tied 7-7.
I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people got influenced by me. I'm not going to tell you which way to vote. Both of them are completely acceptable for me. I love them. Both are great characters. I can't believe Mitch is doing so well. That's
wow, yeah, I think she's
cool.
gonna win.
Oh, yay!
Well, good for her. Oh wait, it's closing. It's closing in. Now we're at dead
now
time. We have like 10 seconds left.
Well, I love having like stakes in the game.
Yeah.
But rare stakes. I know you like well done stakes. So.
I do.
Oh, it ended on a tie.
It ended on a tie.
You were our tiebreaker.
But I would have voted for Sam. So, but I honestly I feel sold on Midge because like
right now.
I feel sold because I feel like your description of her led me to believe that like her Jewishness was actually part of the character and not just like a one-off thing that shows up like in an episode in a random December. So I'm fine with Advance. Like, I like all the Danny Phantom characters fine enough, but like Sam Manson was not like a particular standout for me, so I'm totally fine with Midge.
Yeah, that I think is probably the hardest, was the hardest matchup so far. Yeah. Like in the original 16.
I'm sorry, Birdie. I'm sorry. Oh no, Birdie, this is what Birdie wanted. Okay. Oh. This is good. Perfect.
Hold on 1 second. Can I have a little break for like 10 seconds?
Totally. We actually only have one matchup left in the first round, so we'll be able to speed up soon. I'm sorry. Everything's moving so fast. I'm juggling a lot.
Sorry. I just needed a drink. Okay.
Yeah, totally. Listen, this is a lot of talking. The brackets are always the ones where I'm the most parched by the time it's over. Okay.
Exactly.
We have our last matchup. We have Fran Fine from The Nanny versus Gotvodka 720 from Spleen Town. Now, originally, I really wanted to upset you, and I had in parentheses the RPEU, which stands for the Regular Pod Extended Universe. But I thought, it's Hanukkah. I'm not going to do her like that. I'm going to at least give her the respect of being the mayor of Spleen Town. So... Okay.
I love all of you, but Fran's winning the bracket. I don't think we should say.
I love Fran Fine. I think she's one of the best sitcom characters, let alone Jewish sitcom characters.
Yes. So. This is not a competition. Yes. Fran is the best. You can rewatch The Nanny and pick it apart for all of the 90s kind of traps it falls into about like fat phobia and making fun of ageism and
you
smoking and all
that. You mentioned with Big Bang Theory like the overbearing Jewish mother thing. Like that's definitely something that The Nanny has.
Well, okay. The thing about what I find that might be different about this show and from Big Bang Theory is that they seem like they're depicting it sort of out of like a love and kind of like a joking way. In the other way, it's sort of like we're laughing at you, not with you.
That's a great point because wasn't she she was I think involved in the writing, right?
Yeah.
On the show, so that's definitely a huge
exactly.
Point in that show's column.
And in the show, she's like pro-union, and she's pro-union in real life. She's, a good person. I love, the way that she dresses in that show. She has such like a good humor about her. Like, it never seems like the show is laughing at her. It's laughing with her.
Yeah.
Girl from Flushing, Icon Legends, the girls who get it,
I want to drop a link to a great video, actually. I don't know if you've seen this, but there's this channel, Jose, on YouTube that I love.
No.
That does these kind of sitcom retrospectives, and he did a 90-minute retrospective on The Nanny.
I know what I'm falling asleep to tonight.
Yeah, it's a great watch. All of his videos are great, but I especially enjoyed The Nanny one, so I put that in chat. I'll send it to you as well.
Yeah, I'm going to add that to my watch later because that's... Yeah, I have respect for myself, but I am not The Nanny, so I will never...
Well, I was like, where do I put Vodka in this so that she doesn't sweep the bracket? Because I don't think even Vodka wants to sweep the bracket.
No, but I do think that Fran, she's great. Like, she is style beyond, anyone. I love her. Niles is a fun character. I love Cece. The kids are all fun. It's such a good show. Like,
it's great.
You haven't seen The Nanny, please go back and watch it. Yes, there are some things that will always be in the 90s, but Fran is winning. Yeah, Screeny,
Yeah.
I totally agree. Everyone loves me. Mwah, love you all too.
I mean, Fran Fine practically was my nanny. I fell asleep watching Nick at Night. I don't even know how long, and she was on. So, you know,
Yes.
there's an affinity there. Absolutely.
Yes. Please put Fran.
We'll
You
do
can
it.
fight for me all you want, but you won't.
Very valiant
No,
effort.
Yeah, valiant effort by me, but you know, being seated at 15, girlies, I'm better than that. I'm the one on this.
Vodka, I wanted to put you 16, Vodka, but it's too high up. So I thought it'd be better to be second
I have
to
to
last.
say though, I would have fucking swept Tommy Pickles, so you gave a great one because I would have.
It's tough. It's really tough. Thankfully, we don't live in the universe where we had to consider that one.
Yeah, yeah. I have more brackets to sweep.
That's right.
I
There's
think
always
you know.
more.
Yeah, exactly. There's always March. Yeah. Okay. So we're in our round of 8, the Elite,
Eight.
as
How
they're known.
fitting for Hanukkah.
Yeah.
We have Tommy versus Isabella. Well, you know where my loyalty lies, so.
I'm going with Tommy as well. As
Okay.
much as I love Isabella, Tommy again, Passover and Hanukkah special.
Yeah.
You know, Isabella kind of has like offhanded jokes and like maybe you know a song in an episode, but
Right.
we're going Tommy.
Tommy's doing more for the cause. Oh, doesn't advance on its own. What? What the hell?
Yeah. Could Fran kill a baby? Absolutely.
Good friend, kill the baby.
She wouldn't. She'd have no regrets.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we have Kronk. I forgot about Kronk.
Yeah.
Kronk versus
here.
Ron. Disney matchup.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good matchup because
Yeah.
it's like, you know, they're both kind of the like sidekick that's a
Yeah.
little, you know,
Kind of doofy.
like, yeah, they're goofy. Ron might have a little bit more representation than Kronk. I think that he's
Yeah.
kind of forgotten about, you know, within the canon compared to Kronk.
Right.
Yeah, Ron showed more, so if you want to go by Jewishness, yeah, Ron. But if we're going just by vibes and characters, like Kronk's
Love Kronk.
the better character. So like I don't care on this one. Like let's go
I
for
think-
the Kronk sweep for like the meme, but like whatever you want.
Here's the thing, like, I think we can have a synthesis here of, like, okay, Ron actually displays his Jewishness in the show, but he's also a fun character, so it's not like we're only giving him points because of that, you know what I mean? Like, Kronk is probably the more fun watch, but he's got, like, one or two one-off gags that hint towards him being Jewish, so, I don't know. And Fruit Tune says, which one is a Jewish character, and which one is a character that had Jewishness thrust upon them for the lulz?
That is true.
A good point. So I'm fine with Ron, even though I have watched far more of Kronk than Ron, but I don't dislike Ron's fallible.
Please let me say, for all transparency, the Emperor's New School, that was what the show was called. The worst show I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, I watched a few episodes as a kid, and even then I was like, this isn't very good at all.
Yeah,
So-
like, I feel like I was at the age where I should have liked it, and
Yeah, me too.
oh my gosh. I just remember sitting there and watching it, and this was like after Cory in the House, and Cory in the House is not a good show either.
No.
And I was just sitting there watching it, and I'm like, I'm too old for this. And I was like,
Yeah.
put on Degrassi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Bridie. Welcome.
What's up, Bryony? Yeah,
But yeah.
I feel like that show, just from the vibes that I remember of it, was, like, very
Mm-hmm.
sexist. Like, I feel like there was a lot of, like, Cusco being, like, a big chauvinist pig. I could be wrong, but that's just, like, the faint memory that I have of the Emperor
Yeah.
in school.
Yeah, it was terrible. You know, this has been a lot of me telling people to watch things.
Yeah.
Don't watch
Don't
that.
watch
Oh my
that
god.
one, yeah. You'll be
Vine
fine
just
without
said,
it.
wasn't this one of the last things Eartha Kitt ever voiced for? Oh, I hope not. I
Oh,
hope
boy.
not.
I'm trying to think of any other big projects that she would have... Maybe for Disney, but hopefully she was in something else that wasn't that. Oh, that sucks. Ruthie knows. Ruthie would know it.
I got a
Man.
question.
Yeah.
Would Ultra Kill be Jewish accepting? Who is Ultra Kill?
I don't know who Ultra Kill is.
Please tell me who Ultra Kill is. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Who is it?
Maybe next year's Hanukkah bracket we could have.
Yeah. It's a game about
murder.
murder. I guess. I mean, like, I'm not somebody who's like super religious or like the authority on religion, if you want to play it, like, go for it. Like, I play, terrible things all the time. Like, that doesn't make me a better or worse person. And I think that a lot of people, you can still be a good person and, like, engage in media however you would like to. It does not define who you are. You can run people over
in GTA. That doesn't mean that you're a bad driver or person. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Again, as I would like to say, I am Jewish.
That's right.
Culturally Jewish.
Totally fair. We move on to 11 versus 3. We have Tevye, the dairyman, versus Krusty the Clown. One sells milk, the other sells milkshakes. That's my cohesion for this matchup. That's the thread that I have tying this one together.
Milk bracket.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, seems like the chat was kind of popping off for the Fiddler on the Roof guy.
Oh, so... yeah, obviously. I mean, it's Fiddler on the Roof, like, icon legend moment. I'm going for Fiddler on the Roof, but if you would like to go Krusty the Clown, like, go crazy.
No, Vodka, I'm totally fine with advancing the dairyman.
It's the Fiddler who's on the roof. Chara.
I can't manually know. Alright, Fiddler on the Roof. Next, we have Midge versus Fran.
Wait. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
Did you know Sunrise Sunset is also from Fiddler on the Roof? Again, so many classics.
I did not.
Okay,
where did I think it was from? Jesus Christ. I didn't realize the Fiddler on the Roof was so, like, culturally...
I would definitely say to watch it. I've never seen the movie. I've only seen a live play of it. So if you would like to... Yeah, it is at the wedding scene. Yeah, I would definitely recommend it, but I cannot tell you what version you would like to engage. So if anyone has a version recommendation, I don't know how many movies there are. Go crazy. Yeah, Lion King 1.5. That's where it's really from.
Yeah. Fiddler on the Roof was an affectionate parody of Lion King 1.5.
Yeah, it's a very long movie. The play has an intermission, so like go for the intermission after the wedding.
There you go. Our last in the round of 8, we have Midge versus Fran. Now I'm ride or die for Fran at this point. I mean,
me too.
Yeah. Okay.
I am, but oh fuck, that's hard because Midge is like the 2020s version of Fran Fine. I think that show came out in like 2018, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
She is the evolution of
the even though it's set, Fran's Charmeleon.
Yeah, although they do get uglier. Yeah. Sorry to anyone who is what was the Pokemon?
I said Charizard.
Yeah, no, Charizard's cool. What's the middle one?
Charmeleon. That's ugly. Always the awkward middle child.
That one's the ugly one. But what's the big one at the end?
So it's Charmander, Charmeleon. Wait, do you not know? Like, do you not know Gen 1 Pokemon, Vodka? This is like your version of Ross and Monica or something.
No. I totally do. I've been having a brain fart. I actually like. Right before this, we're like talking about Pokemon, like just blasting it off, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, you know so much about Pokemon!" And now I just feel like an idiot. I just forgot which one's which. Totally Charizard is the best. I just never remember their stupid names.
Yeah, it's alright. There's too many now. There's 1,000 plus. You can't keep them all.
There's 1,000.
Yeah, after Gen 9, yeah.
By the way, best Pokemon. Klefki, and this is not a Kingdom Hearts thing. It's so stupid. It's just a key.
Really stupid.
I love the stupid ones, okay? I love like the lay. Like that's so fun. Yeah,
Comfey. Yeah, Comfey.
Yeah. There's one that's an ice cream. I just love the stupid ones. Also, it's also it's a fairy type, and fairy type, I'm sorry. Top tier. I was ranking all the the types of Pokemon. Sorry, this has nothing to do with anything. The fairy dragon type, S tier types, fairy.
What's the worst type, Vodka?
It's a toss up between poison and bug. I said what I said.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not super impressed by like a lot of rock types either. I probably have that low.
Yeah, okay. I was complaining about this. There's a rock type and a ground type. I don't know
what they were cooking, what they were smoking with that back in the 90s offices. Rock and ground being two separate things is insane. That is
Wow.
diabolical that they're separate. Especially when it comes to, like, remembering what fucking works on what in terms of moves. Like, stop it. Stop.
Although Greenie did bring up fighting type, those kind of suck too. It's like, you're
that's
just a
bizarre.
Pokemon.
Right,
but you have,
all Pokemon
like,
fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keno's saying it
that
makes
sucks.
sense. Whatever.
Yeah, but like I just hate the fact that like they have a grass type, but it's like all encompassing of like, you know, flowers and grass. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You could have split that more than you could have split
I
rock
think
and
had
ground.
they known back in the day that it was going to grow into such a phenomenon, maybe they would have been more careful. I'm surprised there's no sun or light type, you know? I feel like that would be a layup, like a solar...
I was just talking about that, like a sun and moon type, and I know that they had a game like Sun and Moon, but like, I feel like, it turned into a Pokemon stream. Yeah. Oh, hero type.
Oh, right. Yeah, in Japan it's hero type.
Okay. Rock is more like minerals, ground is more like the earth. Okay, well.
Fair.
JJ,
but like, then you have like, okay, I get it. Geodude is a Geode, so he has rocks and ground. But whatever, you know. Isn't Onyx both? Oh, I guess Onyx is a mineral as well. Alright, now I'm learning a lot about Pokemon. I learned about Pokemon and the Jewish faith today, so I've had a really productive 2025 so far. Moving on to the final four. Tommy Pickles versus Ron Stoppable.
Okay, I'm going Tommy Pickles.
Me
Let's
too. I'm sorry. Again, I'm Nickelodeon the channel over Disney, but definitely Tommy first.
Yeah.
Alright, and then I didn't expect Tevye the Dairyman to be up against Fran Fine.
Okay,
but it's Fran,
Tevye,
right?
Yeah, Tevye, I love ya. You're an icon, you're a legend, you're the moment, but I'm going Fran because she's a queen, she's an icon, she's winning this bracket. There's never a doubt in my mind.
I agree. As much as I grew up on both of these shows, but I think when we're talking, the funness of the character and how much their Jewish faith and their identity is worked into the show, I think Fran is the perfect synthesis of all of that. So,
yeah, and
I think she's a more than worthy winner of the Hanukkah bracket.
Yeah, I mean, I sound like her. I'm inspired by her. She has great fashion. If anyone has ever seen me in real life, you know that, like, I love my fashion. So, girlies in the chat who have met me, back me up on that because, like, I sound like I'm hard disagree about my fashion.
Birdie hasn't met you, right? So that's
Birdie, yeah. Can you get fashion tips? Yes. Yeah. You totally can. Yeah. So that was our Hanukkah bracket.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it. Yay!
Well,
Thanks
Vodka,
for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah.
I know you just got back to work with with the new year, so I appreciate you making time for us. I think this went really well. I think you did a great job. It feels like you've been doing this, multiple times a week for years. So
yes, I do want to plug someone, my favorite Jewish creator, and that's Dan Bob. So if you haven't followed Dan Bob, please follow them.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Pokemon! Oh my god, how perfect!
Fucking love that.
Yeah, they're trying to get into voice acting. They're just a very sweet person. Love them. Yeah, Dan Bob actually would have swept. I don't know if they're here in the chat right now, but hopefully they'll come back and they're there. Yay! Yeah, please go follow them. Amazing person. I don't know if they've played Kingdom Hearts yet, but hopefully there's something there. Yeah, I'm glad that you're here and crying. I'm glad that if you have it in your heart to follow them, please do. They're trying to get to affiliate partner. I don't know what's next for them, but please just, support them. They're a really good person.
I just dropped a follow. I can't believe I wasn't already. I thought I was.
Yeah. Tim Bob, do you have a next stream that you would like to plug or tell them the next time you're streaming? And they also stream every Wednesday with G playing Ace Attorney. So if you are an Ace Attorney fan, because I have nothing to plug, when it happens, it happens. So follow them, put on notifications so that you know when they're streaming. That's my little thing for them. But they play with G and Esper, and they've had guests on. I think they've had Greenie on, they've had Barnabas, and Barnabas does some fantastic voices. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting anyone else who's streamed with them. They just do a really good job. So, yeah, Ace Attorney Wednesdays. Ribbon Fly is always there, Thank you. If anyone has any, last questions for me or anything that they want to say before I kind of log off and you do your keynote thing and I don't take any more of your time.
No, I'm taking your time. You're totally good. No, it's fine. It's real Ultimate production there on the Wednesday.
Yeah, please support them. Yeah, shout out to Tristan and Buffoon. I'm so sorry I forgot about them. So shout out to Esper. They're going to stream. They stream Saturdays or Sundays. Sundays at 1, I think, or Saturdays at 1. I'm sorry. Yeah, evaporate tall person is my favorite Sharpay quote. I do have that on a shirt.
That's awesome.
And I wore it at Disney, and nobody complimented the shirt, but they complimented the skirt I was wearing. So
at least there's that.
Yeah, so I did get complimented at Disney. Yeah. If you aren't and you would like more of me, I guess you can become a Ultima or a patron.
yeah. Vodka, anything to plug? Pat's Patreon. Appreciate it.
Okay, today is my
Ultimaversary.
What is it? My Ultimaversary, 3 years. So, love that. How convenient. 3 years, so being here. I've met so many people through Ultima. So many great people. Really great people.
Really great people.
People who know why I'm laughing. I love you all. Traditional Jewish foods, matzo ball soup. If you haven't had matzo ball soup, I would love to have a bracket of Jewish foods, but they're all terrible. So it's literally bottom of the barrel.
They're all terrible. I thought that was one of the best parts of the holidays is the food.
I mean, latkes are good, but this is one of the only holidays with good food. Brisket, Passover desserts are terrible. Okay, name 2. There's latkes, there's matzo ball soup, and there's brisket. Name something else. Pastrami. Okay, yeah, thank you for having me. Food that was invented 3 trillion years ago is not the best. If you want to be disgusted, look up gefilte fish. Okay, bagels and smoked salmon, lox on a bagel with the schmear.
See, there's something there.
There is. A brisket and a bris are not related. Montreal smoked meat. Oh, you get me. Yeah, you've had smoked meat. You went to Schwartz's? Oh my gosh, yes. I love Montreal. The girls who get it. Sorry, I'm letting... I can't say goodbye. Okay, so
you're right. Yeah, Vodka, thank you so much again for joining us. You can always catch Vodka in the chat belittling and bullying me, so she's not going anywhere, obviously.
I was good today. I didn't bully you that much. I'm shocked. I mean, happy Women's History Month.
Yes, of course.
Pat Dog.
Happy Women's History Year.
Oh my gosh, I just got the funniest text right now. Never mind. Okay.
All right, Vodka, I'll let you go.
Okay.
Thank you again. Have a good night. Bye. There you have it, folks. Got Vodka 720 in the voice here on stream. Extended. Not just Drunk in Ottawa for a friendship tier list. That was awesome. Thank you again to Vodka. Again, a natural, really. You would think that she did this as often as I do, talking nonsense on a bracket. So I think she did a great job. And again, like she said, if anyone has any questions or comments for Vodka, you can leave them in the YouTube comments as well when this goes up on whenever. And here's my impression of Vodka. Thank you all for joining. Oh my God, girlies! So there you go. With that, we're going to end the VOD here. I'm going to be checking out Keynote's game, Music Quest Pixel. That's coming up next year. I don't know if we'll be making it to KH2 tonight, which is fine by me. That's no way to kick off the new year anyway. I could probably close the Sims 2 soundtrack, which is played its way. I don't even know if you guys heard it this whole time, but we're on this metal turgid apocalypse, so that can go. But yeah, we're going to end the VOD. I'm going to check out Keynote's game, all right? Bye, VOD people.